welcome to our magic show. We're really happy to see you all here, and we are thrilled to have the magicians back to join us for an incredible display of magic and illusion. We had to take a break for the last 3 years, and we're so excited to have them back and to have you here. My name is Catherine Lee. I'm an elder here at First Presbyterian. We invite you to join us for worship any Sunday at 10 a.m. This is a welcoming church. We embrace sisters and brothers without regard to age, race, ethnic background, sexual orientation, family status, economic background, or theological viewpoint, and we would love to see you again. So now, let the show begin.
Welcome, everyone, to the First Presbyterian Church here in Granby, Massachusetts. At this time, we would like to ask you to please silence all cell phones. Additionally, there is to be absolutely no flash photography or video recording of any kind during the performance. Please take a moment to notice the nearest exit in the event of an emergency. There will be an intermission with concessions as well. Thank you, and enjoy the show. Welcome, everyone, to Magic is Back 2023, presented by the Society of American Magicians, Assembly number 17. Prepare yourselves for an amazing illusion, magic, mayhem, and a lot of other surprises. Now, please put your hands together and welcome your master of ceremonies for the evening, past National President and current Dean of Assembly 17, Tom Gentile.
All right. Thank you for coming out on such a little dreary day, but hopefully we give you enough excuse to enjoy yourself. The Society of American Magicians, our particular chapter, turned 100 years old last year. We received the charter in 1922, and we've been riding the centennial wave since. So we hope that we will continue to amaze and entertain you this afternoon. Our first entertainment is Jacob and Sam. Jacob has been performing magic since the young age of 7. Since Jacob has met Sam, it has been a magical friendship, and they have been performing ever since they met. From comedy magic to stage illusions, they will continue to amaze today. Jacob and Sam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
That's a very amazing illusion from Harry Houdini from 1898, I believe. He has continued to bring amazement and wonder all over the world with a box such as that. Our next performer has been performing for schools, libraries, and fairs for the last 25 years. His inspiration came after reading the first of Harry Potter stories. His inspirational character, Dumbledore, of course. Watch as he makes the impossible possible right before your eyes, Ed the Wizard.
Sasha, if you do what I do, if you say what I say, you're going to learn some magic this afternoon. Are you ready? Face the audience and say, bottom. 2. Over the top. Right hand on top. And go 1, 2, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Sasha, back to the beginning. Say bottom. 2. Over the top. Now, Sasha, it is a well-known fact where some folks have a hard time counting 3. You look like a word person. So let's try our word skills. Upside what? No, it's upside right. See? Check, make sure. All right. And are you ready? 1. Upside down. Alright, so good. Upside. Well, no, that's upside right. And that's upside down. That's upside right. Here comes the high part. Are you ready, Sasha? Flip. Upside right. Back to the beginning, Sasha. Is Sasha doing and saying everything I'm doing? Who says yes? Who says no? Who's not paying attention? Sasha, one more time. Now, did you notice when I was counting, I was rocking back and forth, shaking the leg? Remember, no, you're supposed to do everything I... Okay, I think you got the secret now. Say bottom. Say 2. Over the top. Hand on top. And go 1 and shake that leg. Sasha, my dead grandmother shakes better. Come on. 2. Shake the other leg. She's dead. She doesn't shake that leg. Hand on top. And go 3 one last time. What's the magic word? I hope this works. And 2. Upside down. Hey, Sasha. Mother wanted to do this. Who knows what this is? Not you. I know you know. This is the ancient, mysterious, mystical, magical, very expensive, somewhat dented Chinese chest. This is a wicked cheap box. I know because I made it. But that's not the point. The point is, it's home to the golden cube. I'm going to place the golden cube inside the ancient, mysterious, mystical, magical, expensive, slightly dented Chinese chest like this. You're going to say the magic words, and the golden cube will magically fly back to the cheap purple box like that. Take your hand and wave it like this and say abracadabra. Alakazam. Poof, point to the cheap purple box. And you can see the golden cube is no longer inside the ancient, mysterious, mystical, magical, expensive, Chinese chest. The golden cube is back over here in the cheap purple box where it belongs. Yes? No? Maybe? Sasha? I did. Would you like to see it one more time? All right. Golden cube into the ancient, mysterious, mystical, magical, expensive, slightly. Wow. Magic book said you'd never notice. Now the problem is, there's 3 kinds of magic. Some of us were doing walk-around close-up magic earlier. The other kind is parlor magic, where we have a little bit bigger audience, a small stage. And then there's stage magic. And this is a stage magic effect. You're actually supposed to be sitting across the street. All right, one more time. Golden cube into mysterious, mystical, magical, special, and this. All right, say abracadabra. Alakazam. Poof. Poof. Gone. What? I am, see? You want me to turn around? Turn the box around. You mean the ancient, mysterious, mystical, magical, why did you say so? Good. This side? Both. Both on this side. All four. As in 1, 2, 3, 4. At once? 4 towards one hand, physically impossible. So open this one and leave it open. Open that one and leave it open. Open this one and leave it open. Open that one and leave it open. Alright, here we go. Do I start with this one? Okay, 1, and I'll leave it open. 2, and I will leave it open. And oh, look at the time. The next act is ready to come on. I have to go. I'll tell you, we'll come back. Let me check with the stage manager. Jeff, do I have time to finish? So you're supposed to say no. 3 and 4. Over here in the cheap triple box. Where's the I hope you enjoyed this part of the show, and I know you're going to enjoy the rest of it. And stay your seats because something even better might be coming up. You never know. All right. Thank you.
Ed the Wizard, always entertaining. Our next performer has performed his comedy and magic all over New England, from City Stage in Springfield to Comics Comedy Club at Mohegan Sun, to this very stage right here. By the way, this is our at least 10th year at the church. So if you've been coming for 10 years, you've enjoyed us. 10 years. Well, of course, that little thing about COVID a couple years ago, but 2019 was our 9th year. Together with a group of magicians and comedians, he has raised more than $60,000 for local charities around Pioneer Valley. We give you the amazing PJ.
Hey everyone, I'm PJ. I don't know if you got that from the introduction. That introduction was fun. It was like ramping up and then took a detour about COVID and then came back. I've never been introduced with an intermission. So my name, oh no, it's fine. My name's PJ. I'm a grown man with a little kid's name. I'm used to it. I'm Paul Jr. My dad's Paul Gayton Pincinel, and he was like, yeah, that's a great name. Someone else should have this name. And that someone else is me. So I don't mind it unless I'm like ordering takeout, because the P rhymes with too many other letters, you know. P rhymes with C, D, T, E, G, right? And over the phone, it's hard to tell. And so I'll call for an order. I'm like, hey, can I get a pizza to go? They go, yeah, what's the name? I say, it's PJ. And he goes, all right, DJ, what do we get again? And for some reason, it's important to me that he gets it right. I'm like, sorry, no, it's PJ. And they go, I said that, D is in dog, right? I'm like, no, it's P as in pneumonia. They hung up again. I'm a dad now, so I've actually been here for every one of these that we've had. And I did not have kids the first time I did this, and now I do. I have 2 kids. Thanks. They're great. My daughters are 9 and 6. They are a hoot. My youngest is filterless, meaning I'm always nervous to be in public with her, just because she will say what's on her mind, and she doesn't know that it's wrong, and sometimes that's not fun for me. We were at Dunkin' Donuts, and we sat down to eat before I was dropping her off in preschool, and I hear a chair move behind me. I don't see who this is, and my daughter looks over, and she goes, by the way, she was only like 4 at this time, so it was a little different than a 6-year-old, but she goes, "Whoa, Dad, she's got a big belly." And I was like, "Oh, no, honey, you can't say stuff like that." And she goes, "Look, like mine." And she pulls her shirt up and she's slapping it, stands up on her chair, and every thought that I had was like, maybe she didn't hear it. And then my daughter goes, "No, she'll know who I'm talking about." Boom, slapping her belly. So I pulled the fire alarm and we left. I'll never hope they enjoyed our business while it lasted, is what I'm saying. My oldest is a sleep talker, and I'm last to bed every night. That's fun. When you walk in and you don't know if you're going to have a conversation with a sleeping child with her eyes wide open. I never know what I'm walking into. Most nights are quiet, but I walked in one night and the light kind of hit her face, and she was like laying in bed like this, like dead asleep, and I didn't know until I got up there. And I jumped, I was like, "Oh, are you okay?" And she just kind of is staring at me, and then she reached out and grabbed my face, and she goes, "There's monkeys on that hill, Dad." And I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Don't let him off the hill." And then she just closed her eyes and fell back to sleep. And her hands like fell off my face, and I just moved out. So what I'm saying is I need a place to stay tonight. Maybe for like another week or so until my wife figures out what that is. One night I walked in and she sat up in bed, she's sleeping, sits up in bed, she looks over and she goes, "You're not Batman," and then laid back down. I was like, "How do you know?" So I pulled my mask on and jumped through the window and went and fought her. It's fun being a dad. We also moved to Belchertown, so I grew up in Springfield, moved away for college, came back, bought a house in Springfield, lived there for 10 years, and my wife and I just moved to Belchertown a couple years ago. I'm a city kid. I'm not used to country living. I'm assuming, most of you are probably from these areas where you got a lot of space, and horses, and stuff. One thing I didn't know, like in the city, if I walk a dog, and the dog makes a mess in someone's yard, what do? Pick it up. That's what we do in the city. We do that in Belchertown with dogs. If you ride a horse, and that horse goes, apparently you don't have to pick that up. And that's something I learned because a horse pooped a Prius right in front of my driveway. And I'm standing outside, and they just rode on down the road, and I had to go with a snow shovel and move that thing out of the way. So moral of the story is, ride your dogs, because you don't have to clean it up, I guess if you can ride the animal that makes the mess, all bets are off. It's a Wild West. And horse people, there's probably some in you who are getting offended by this now. Horse people are very offended when you bring up that their horses lay mid-sized car-sized bombs in the road that you have to plow over with your little car. They're like, "How dare you?" But yeah, I'm at war with them, so tell them it was me if they ask who said it. You're probably like, "Wow, this is really weird. He's a magician, but he's doing jokes. Where's the magic?" We'll get to that. Who here doesn't like magic? There's always like somebody. Oh my God. Way up there. Anybody not like magic? Everybody? Everybody's lying? There's always someone, right? And I used to think, like, why wouldn't people like magic? I loved it when I was growing up. But I wanted to do it, I wanted to get up in front of people like you and perform magic. And then I started practicing a Rubik's Cube. And I was like, oh, this is why people don't like magic. You know what I mean? I brought one. Rubik's Cube. One of the most frustrating toys ever made. Actually, the best-selling toy of all time. They haven't changed the Rubik's Cube since it came out in 1980. The original one, I mean. And they continue to sell. Meaning that, like, Barbie has more sales overall, but there's also more versions of a Barbie doll, right? They've sold more of just this than any other toy ever made, which is wild. And I work for Lego, so that's like saying a lot. Who solved one of these before? 2 of you, wow, oh, 4. We just doubled oh, 5. Nice, buddy. So 5 people have solved these. All of them look like they're under the age of 7, which we are among geniuses, folks. Yeah, well done, everybody. This I practiced for 6 months to try to solve, and I'm like, it's not coming to me. And that's why people don't like magic, right? This is simple. It's 9 dots on 6 sides, and you look at it and you go, I can do that. But then you start playing with it and you're like, oh, this is way harder than I thought. But it's one of those things where you kind of immediately grasp, there's no simple way to do it. Where magic, you go like, there's probably an easy explanation for that. And if he would tell me what that is, I would know. But we don't tell you. So not only do you not like the magic sometimes, you don't like the magician too. So I'm standing up here bearing my soul a little bit. Well, if that is you, if you're frustrated by magic like I was frustrated with a Rubik's Cube, I'm really sorry for what I'm about to do. You should have seen your face. That was good. That was for me. I didn't do anything. But imagine like if behind that hand I was like, you know, one hand and I'm mixing the thing up or, I don't know, doing whatever. It would almost be as crazy as this. Huh. I think I'm a little bit off here. Well, that would have been great if it worked. Yeah, good times. That's only the second time ever that hasn't worked. And I lost a joke. So, I hate a point of a magic show when the magician needs a volunteer. You know why I hate it? Because I don't want to be the volunteer. And I set out to do a solution to that problem in my show. I said, I'm going to make volunteering when you help me out, I'm going to make it like everybody at the end wishes they did. That was my goal. And I need a volunteer. But I don't know who I can choose. I'm going to choose somebody by whoever holds up a dollar bill. But you'll get your dollar back. I'm not charging you $1 to be on stage. But also I need, oh, you're first. It's going to be you. Stay right there, that's fine. What's your name?
Matt.
Matt or Mac?
Matt with a K.
With a K. See what I mean?
Yep.
Yes. We run into the same problem. Mac with a K, where are you from?
Right now, Enfield.
Enfield. That's where I work, for the Lego group. Do me a favor, hold your dollar up. Fold it in half so George goes on the inside. Good. What do you do, Mac?
I'm a DJ.
What? Look at you having the
Like your
coolest
name,
job.
but with a D.
Yeah. That's what the pizza guys always think. Do me a favor, fold it in half again. Make it like a rectangle out of it. So you're a DJ. Do you DJ at clubs?
Venues.
Venues? Like a club?
More like Antonio.
Oh, cool. Oh, I see. So like you
Yeah.
DJ wherever you can get it.
Yeah.
That's like me. I'll do this in living rooms. You know what I mean? I'll do wherever I get hired. That's where I perform. You gotta make bread. You know what I mean? You gotta make hay when the sun's shining. So have you ever thought about who is the best job in the world?
Yes.
Me too. And I have an answer, but I want to hear yours. Fold it in half one more time.
Which way?
Make a square out of it. What's in here? So nothing, right? Yes. Nothing? Nothing? Put your dollar in there for me. Push it all the way down. It's in there?
Yeah.
Hold it. Who has the best job in the world?
No.
Woo! That's a much better answer than what I'm about to give. No, it's pro wrestlers. Not because of what you think, because I know they get to go to work in their underwear, which is kind of unique. You know what I mean? Like, we all got a taste of that during COVID, and we're like, this is pretty great. Like, if I could do this every day, I probably would enjoy work a lot. It's not that. It's, they have entrance music. You know, like even if you're not supposed to wrestle that night, you burst through the curtains, and what happens? Bang! Like, the music goes off, fireworks go up. I would love going to work every day. Have you ever walked through the door of like Antonio's in Belchertown, and as soon as you open it, it's like, and then all the pizza guys go, Never. You know what? It's never happened to me either. But there's a first time for everything. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a friend in the audience named Mac. Mac is a DJ, not at clubs, but at venues. Venues like Antonio's in Belchertown. She's from Enfield, Connecticut, and made the trip all the way here to be a part of this show. Put your hands together for my friend Mac as she comes up on the stage. All right, Mac from Enfield, how are you?
I'm okay.
Have you ever participated in a magic show before?
No.
Especially not with me?
No.
Okay, thank you for seeming a little disappointed by that. I hope by the end that you do kind of get the sense that this was something special.
Yeah.
Have you taken your dollar out and switched it with any others?
No.
No, good. Can you give me that board, please? Let's, on the wallet, squeeze the metal pieces together. It's an old coin purse. Yes, take out your dollar. I'll take the wallet. I just don't want to touch any of that. I don't need those things. Open it up. I'm going to ask, do you know the serial number on your bill by heart?
If you had asked me prior, maybe. But no.
Do you genuinely do that?
Yeah, I didn't remember.
Look at you. So you look at every bill you get, and you're like, I'm going to memorize all these serial numbers.
No, I look at every credit card number I get.
Oh. That's a much better answer and a much better use of that eidetic memory of yours. Let's start with the numbers that are in green. I'm gonna write them down and we'll use them. So on here, the serial number, there's letters. First it's a letter in green and then numbers. So we'll start with the numbers. I'm not as dumb as I look. I'm giving bad instructions, but go ahead. What's the first one?
First letter or number?
The number.
2.
2. What's next?
0.
2, 0. Then
2.
2. Then
1.
1. Okay.
2.
2.
2.
2.
7.
7.
9.
9. And then usually on dollar bills, there is a number that floats around. It's in black. It's 4 times on the bill somewhere in the quadrants. Do you see it?
Yeah.
What is that?
6.
6. All right. Do those numbers mean anything to you? Is that like your phone number or something?
No.
No. Okay. You can put your bill away. We have the numbers recorded. This is for you. You know what it is?
Yarn.
Yes. But it's not the yarn, it's what's inside. I always thought that I would do something magical for someone, and I would make it so that it was a moment they would never forget. Or possibly a moment that would change your life forever. And you, holding up the bill faster than any of the kids who solve Rubik's Cubes for a side hustle in this room, you got your dollar up way faster than all of them, so that's why I chose you. But we didn't set this up or anything, right? We haven't met. Have you ever experienced magic before? It's a weird question.
Hung out with Jacob and Sam.
So you've been around it, right? From magicians. But like, what about real magic? What would that be to you? I'll give you an example. This is what it is to me. Coincidence. Coincidence is a form of real magic that most people have experienced before. Like, say you're driving down the highway and you see 5 plates with your initials on them. The first one, you're like, oh, that's cool, it's got my initials. The 5th one, you're like, am I being followed? Right? That's kind of cool. It's just this weird magic moment that most of us have experienced before. Well, I have a big coincidence, and I'm going to tell you all about it. So, let's do this. I'm gonna take this, and you just hold that. Put one hand on top so that it doesn't come out, but let me hold it straight. So in 2011, June 1st, a tornado ripped through Springfield, Mass, where I was living at the time. And I had no idea. I knew when it went by me because I got stuck in hail and I had to park under a bridge. But I didn't know it was a tornado at that time. So I was driving home and I couldn't get home. By the time I got to where I was living, there was a tree down that was so tall I couldn't see over it. And I'm like, what happened? You know, and all the power lines were down, so there were no cell phones were working. I couldn't get a hold of my wife. And it looked like this thing happened right at my house, basically. I was like a half a mile from my house. So I went a different way, got stuck, turned around, went a different way, got stuck, turned around. I went a different way, and I finally got to a parking lot, and I was like, I just walked in, and I said, hey, can I park here? Because I don't think I'm getting home if I don't walk. And they said, sure. So I started walking, and I made it about 30 feet, and I hit another tree that was down. There was a cop. And the cop said, hey, buddy, you're not going to make it through. It's power lines down on the other side. And he said, I'll never forget this. He said, it looks like black spaghetti in the street. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And I'm like, all right. And I looked to my left, and there was a field. So I'm like, I'll just take the field. So I start running through the field, and I hit a trailhead in the woods. So I'm like, take this. So I run through the field, I run through the woods, I come out in a neighborhood, and I run through the neighborhood, and I end up 10 feet away from the cop on the other side of that tree. But he was about a mile through the woods. But he wasn't kidding. It was literally like black spaghetti all over the street. It was really creepy looking. But there were people walking in the street, so I figured either they're impervious to electricity or it's off. So my brother lived right there. I run to my brother's house. He was fine. He gave me a beer. My wife has not let me forget that. But he told me there's another one coming. They just said it on the radio. So I'm like, all right, I kind of have to stay at least. Beer. But I make it home, and my wife was fine. Our cats were fine. We didn't have kids at the time. Everything was fine. It was just, it just missed us, you know? But it was kind of wild because of the coincidence. Because, again, I got stuck under a bridge, just missed it. 30 seconds earlier, I went by where it went by. It started in the river, and as I went past it, it went right behind where I was driving. Crazy. Give me a little bit. And then I make it home, or I'm sorry, I make it to the parking lot, but I ended up parking one street away from where I grew up. And I happened to go that way, not thinking I was going to park there, but just, that was a way that I knew. It was a different way to get home. And the field that I ran in was the field I did everything in as a kid. It was the field where my best friend punched me in the face for the first time, and where I learned to hit a baseball and do all that stuff, you know, like little boy stuff. And then I went into the woods, and those were the woods that my friends and I played in all the time. It was kind of wild, and I ran into a neighborhood that I grew up in. I ran past my childhood home that had the tree in the front yard was down across the street. It was crazy. All a big coincidence. And I realized, like, my entire childhood was building up to this one night where I needed to run home through the woods to get to my wife. You know what I mean? What a coincidence. You don't seem that impressed, but it was impressive to me, I mean. And I thought, that's it. Like, that's what magic is. In real life, most people have experienced something on a level like that. It might be more or less than what I'm sharing, but all right, let's let it out. Here we go. But most people have experienced coincidence, and that is real magic for most people. Now, this means nothing to you yet, but this might be life-changing. Do you know what it is?
My serial number for me.
That would be good, but no, it's a Powerball ticket for tonight.
Oh, bet.
So I told you that I would try to change your life just for helping me out.
Okay.
Yeah? You could take that out. I'm not going to touch it. I'll take the glass. So I have somewhere to put this. he went to catch it. That, I don't even know how much it is. It's like untold amounts of money that you might win tonight. It's real, so please don't throw that out there. But let's see if I got any numbers when I bought that ticket that are on your dollar bill.
Okay.
Open it up. So sometimes if it's a single digit number, they'll put a 0 in front of it, but that still means it's like, if it's like 0, 1, it's a 1, right? So what's the first number on there?
2.
2. So let's say, I got a 2. But I mean, you had a lot of 2s, so that was kind of, yeah, that was good. What's the next one?
9.
What's the next one?
12.
12. What's the next one?
20.
20.
What the
What's the
hell?
next one?
27.
We're in church, Matt.
Sorry.
Thank you for playing along. And what's the Powerball number?
6.
Whoa. Tonight, and keep that bill like handy and rub it like for good luck or something, because if you don't win, I'm going to be disappointed in myself. You know? Mac, thank you so much. Mac, everybody. If you don't, then.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
You got it, right?
I got my dollars.
Yes. I promised you would keep it. Folks, that's my time. Thank you so much. All I have to say is be good people, do good things. Thanks for having us.
PJ Pincinel. He's the nephew, by the way, of our magic shop's owner, our Rich Pincinel. It is the only magic shop in New England. There used to be 2 and 3 forever on every corner, forever. There was like 6 in Boston for many, many years. And now this gentleman is the only one in all of New England. And we get to meet there. It's the first Friday of every month. Come on out and visit for a spell or stop by and maybe discover magic on your own. Our next entertainer has had a love of magic since he has been in high school. And finally got into the full swing more than 30 years ago. I met him when he was teaching magic, learning magic, I'm sorry. And we were able to get a few students that year. Anyone can come to the meeting. If you're 7 to 17, we have Society of Young Magicians, and they meet virtually once a month on the computer. So there's a parent in the room, everybody, you know, everything's on the up and up. So if you have a youngster that's interested, 7 to 17, they can be in the Society of Young Magicians. So this next performer has performed professionally at children's and adults events. He does a lot of work at the Ludlow Library, Senior Center. He's been with us probably 15 years now. Leonard Nato.
I met some of you earlier while I was walking around, and I'm going to make a couple of changes. I'm going to need 4 volunteers. People that don't get nervous easy. Well, this will be a first. I'll do it anyway. All right. You want to? Yeah, that one. Yeah, I'll take him. That girl there, okay, I guess we're getting her. 1, 2, 3. I gotta get a chair. That's okay. Put this one here. I'll put this one. No, hopefully we're gonna make an attempt at proving that gravity doesn't really work. All right, that'll be cool. Oh, Jesus. We're going to turn these around the wrong way. Oh. Well, Jacob, where are you? He's hiding. That one goes there. Oh, all right, thank you. He's a jack of all trades. Awesome. Now it looks good. Thank you. Give him a hand. Okay. can spread them a little maybe, because what you're gonna do, you wanna turn so you can lay down in his lap. Turn that way a little bit. No, not the chair, just you. Just turn so your legs are over there. And now you're gonna lean back and you're gonna lay down on his knees. Go ahead. Just fall, yeah. All right, maybe we could slide you just a little closer. There, we pushed him on the other side, okay? All right. Now you gotta turn in your chair. You turn and look that way, and you're gonna lean back on his legs. All right, you gotta do the same thing with her. If you have to, you can move the chair a little closer. All right. Now you do the same thing. You turn and lay on her legs. Everybody looks good. Now, if this all works right, nothing will happen to you.
What if it doesn't work right?
Well, there'll be a couple of thuds. But it's just an experiment to prove that gravity isn't always here. It's not always working. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pass our hands over you and try to eliminate the gravity. And then I'm going to pull all the chairs out.
No.
Yes. So just keep yourself very stiff, and I'll slide this one out. But you're not sliding off the chair. We're going to get our first thud. How about if put your feet on the floor and push up. That a boy. Huh? Oh, that's all right. He'll survive. The floor is padded. It won't hurt your head. No. Yeah, now your head's going down. I got to get you. Yeah, lift up. That's it. That way I can slide the chair out. Just lift your butt up. Just this part. Push down with your feet and lift this up. And that way I can slide this right out. So far, so good. Stay that way. We gotta get the next one. Same thing with you. Push down on your feet. Bring your bum up. And that'll keep you right there. That's 2. You're next. You can't get your feet on the floor though. You're doing all right so far. Okay. I'll tell you what. Can you try to lift your bum up? It's not gonna work, huh? All right. We'll go to him next. Yeah. Oh yeah. Put your feet on the floor because they're holding up their end. Put your feet down on the floor and push down with your feet. Lift your bum up. Gotta lift that up. Oh, everybody's getting tired. Okay, we got that one out of there. Now, I think we'll have to give you a pass. So you can't get your feet on the floor. How about if I hold your feet and you push down, lift your bum up? No, oop, there goes. We lost the head. Okay. All right. We're stuck. Okay. That was a nice try. Give them all a big hand for coming up and putting your life in my hands. I guess gravity was stronger than they were. And that's all there is to that one. I should have got some of the bigger kids. Like my age. All right. Thank you very much. That's all we got.
Leonard Nadeau, our president of Assembly. And if I have not mentioned it, the Society of American Magicians is a worldwide organization. We are just Assembly number 17, and we have 306 assemblies all over the world. We have 2 deaf magicians. They sign language on the computer. And we have a Spanish contingent that is happening now. It's V1.4. It's once a month. All the Spanish-speaking magicians get together. So we are trying to make sure that everyone gets included. Our next performer began his love affair with magic when he was a young child and received a magic set at Christmas. He's been performing magic for 30 years. He travels the country from Cape Cod to Las Vegas, attending magic conventions and learning from some of the top names in the business. Rich Gilbert.
Hello, everybody. My name's Rich Gilbert. We're back here at the First Presbyterian Church in Granby, Mass. I think this is our 10th show. I think I've been here for every single one. By a show of hands, how many of you like card tricks? How many of you like rope tricks? Okay, so it's half and half. Let's see. I'm going to start with a card trick. And I need someone to pick a card. Maybe an adult? An adult? You can stay in your seat. Okay, I'll come over to you. First of all, I want you to, I'll see that these are all different. They're all mixed up. And I'm going to give them a little bit more of a mix. I'm going to go right over to you. I'm going to riffle down through the cards and just tell me when to stop anytime you want. Good. Right there? Sure? Right there. Take that card. Keep it. I'm going to come back to you later. Take a look at the card, look at the card, show it to everybody behind you. And please remember it, because if you don't remember it, the end of this trick is going to really sting. Okay, so I did say, some of you have actually voted for rope tricks, right? So, and card tricks. So for those of you that can't see in the back, I brought some extra large pieces of rope. It's kind of a combined rope trick and card trick. Now I have 3 pieces of rope. You can see that's a long piece. There are 3 different pieces. Would you examine the long piece for me? And there's a small piece. Examine that one. And would you examine the medium-sized piece? Make sure they're just regular pieces of rope, right, with white tigers. And while you guys are doing that, I'm just going to go ahead. All right? Okay. So there's no hidden white tigers, right? There's no trap doors in there. There's the pieces of rope. That's a long piece, a short piece, and a medium piece. Now, they are different lengths, but if you look at the tops of the ropes, they look like they're the same length, right? But obviously, they're different lengths at the bottom. Now, I'm going to create an optical illusion. I'm going to pull on the ropes. I'm going to pull on the ropes. Okay, maybe I'm pulling too hard. If I very gently pull on the ropes, you can actually see that they're little. Okay. Save it, save it. That's all you got, save it. Okay. I know it's an afternoon, some of you will probably still half asleep. That's 1, that's 2, and that's 3. They're all the same length. Now I can tell by your faces, I know this can be confusing because I'm using 3 pieces of rope, and each rope has 2 ends. So that's 6 ends you have to follow, and you only have 2 eyes. So to make it a little bit easier, I'm going to get rid of one of those ropes. So now we have 2 ropes, but each rope has 2 ends. That's 4 ends you have to follow, and you only have 2 eyes. So let's make it easier to follow. Let's use 1 piece of rope. 1 rope and 2 ends. Now keep 1 eye on this end, the other eye on this end, and the other eye on me. No, never mind, it doesn't make sense. Now if you follow the ends are here, the middle's here. You don't want to pull too hard on the ends, because if you do, they come off, and that gives you a rope with no ends that you really can't do much with when you think about it. But if you keep the ends over here and you wrap them around, they kind of look like they're on. Doesn't it look like they're on the ropes? See, they actually go right back on. One more time, if I'm going too fast, I'll go a little bit slow. The ends are over here. The ends go in my pocket, and the middle's over here. Now, if you watch very close, you're going to see one end go from my pocket to my hand, and that means the other end is over here, and the middle is in my pocket. Now, getting back to my card trick, you still have the card, and you looked at it. Everybody around you saw it. I'm going to have you take the card, push it back in there anywhere you want. I'll give it a little mix right in there. Now, there's a secret drink that many people don't know about. It's actually a drink for magicians. And when I work a lot, or I do a lot of magic shows, and I get home at night, I like to take my shoes off, put my feet up, and have a special drink for magicians. It's called a card cocktail. Have you heard of it? No, probably not. I'm going to show you what it is right now. That concludes our first half of the show. There is a concession in the back, and we have patches for our centennial, and we also have decks of cards that were made. We have some show prices. The prices are a little bit more reasonable than going to the cinema, so we hope you enjoy the next 15 minutes. There may be some magicians still walking around performing for you. So take a short break. Are there any Boy Scouts or Order of the Arrow members here? Because the Society of American Magicians has created a magic trick for Boy Scouts. So if you know of any Boy Scout that is in the Order of the Arrow, we have a little red arrow, which is a magic trick that they can do. And the other side that the SAM is working towards is a magic merit badge. Out of the 130 merit badges in the Boy Scouts, there are no magic merit badges. There is a magic badge that the Cub Scouts can get, but as an Eagle Scout, I always thought there should be a magic merit badge, and the Society of American Magicians and the International Brotherhood of Magicians has lobbied for the last 4 years, at least on my watch, for a magic merit badge, and we are going to committee next month.
watch Home Shopping Network? Why would you? Really? Little 6-year-old. You have a credit card? Be careful. Remember the girl in California? The Home Shopping Network, I was home walking by the TV, flipping through the channels, and Home Shopping Network came on. And I said, what could possibly be on there that I would want? I go to check, and sure enough, this comes into the screen. This is called a memory box. This was on sale that particular week. So I said, I'm really curious about it. And it was, the original intent was this gentleman had gone all around the world picking up little mementos of where he traveled. And QVC said, it is so special, we're not even going to empty it. You're going to get all the belongings in the box. Now anybody who knows how I collect magic, I've got to have everything if I'm going to get it. So I said, I got to get it. So, sure enough, now he traveled all over the world, and there was a little bit of a safety in the box itself. So in order to get to the inside, you had to go through 2 different doors to get there. What was interesting is, like I said, you got everything with it. Well, he had traveled to the Netherlands to get some flowers. And tulips were out of fashion back then, but he got carnations. Then he went over and he met the Queen of England, and he got some necklaces, gold, silver necklaces. Went over to Italy, ran into the Pope, got some Italian necklaces. Then he traveled over and got to Ireland, got some nice little green ones. And then got some beautiful other purple pearls and gorgeous jewelry from Spain and Portugal. Now, though he had went to a few countries, he really wanted to go to all the countries that he could. You know? And, of course, he had a lot of friends in the United States, started there. He knew a lot of people at the United Nations. Talked to some people in Switzerland, Israel, Russia, Turkey, Netherlands again, France, Italy, Sweden, Japan. Went everywhere. What was really interesting is when he got to Japan, they sent him over to China. And of course, what is China known for? Besides electronics. You're right, silks. I thought I heard it. And they really enjoyed his stay. He got so many silks. So I said, well, I looked at the bottom, didn't see anything. What? There was a knock on the door, and I had to close it really quick. I came back, I had to reopen it again, I had to go through the combination. And lo and behold, one other item was in there. That's why we, some more beautiful silks. Lastly is this beautiful set of streamers, which is attached to the zipper. I would like to also recognize if you have had any of the armed forces in your family. United States, developing and protecting our country, the armed services, Marines, Air Force, Army, Navy, and Marines. few years, we've had some really interesting things that happened in the world. We've had EMTs and ambulance drivers taking care of sick people and protecting them from bringing them to the hospital. We've had the policemen enforcing the rules and curfews during COVID. And lastly, we've had the nurses and the doctors treating people. And if it didn't, I want to thank everybody that was involved and brought us through the last couple of years, because within it all, we made it a great country to live in. Pay no attention to that red screen. The next performer is known as a hypnotist and a mentalist. I don't know which is better, I don't know which is more entertaining, but I can tell you either way, you will really be amazed. This is, he asked, will you be subliminally persuaded or mildly hypnotized? Dave Proto.
I appreciate it. So, let me just tell you about what I do. The magic that I do, the mentalism that I do, everything that I do is just for charity. I have the opportunity of working at Putnam, so I'm able to perform almost every day for the kids there in high school. With regards to the hypnosis, I don't do the funky hypnosis like making you do things stupidly, but I help people. So if it's panic attack or anxiety or weight, whatever it is, people can come to me. If they're students, 12 and under, 12th grade and under, they can come to me for free. So if they have panic attacks or anxiety, I'm usually able to knock that out in an hour, find out what it is. So today I'm going to combine a couple things with the subconscious mind. I don't want you to think about how I do it, I just want you to enjoy it. So to have a good time. So I'm going to look for 2 volunteers. But in this, unfortunately, I'm going to need adults for what I'm going to ask for today. You want to come up with? And
That's you.
oh, right behind me. So 3. Both. So we'll give them a hand. So, as every magician, they have a magic list, okay? On my magic list, I have a bell, a card, a top hat, a wand, a coin, a rabbit, a table, and a dove. Now, in a moment, what I'd like to do is have you think of a number between 1 and 10, okay? So there's no confusion. Why don't you think of an odd number between 1 and 10? You know an odd number for an odd number is. You'd be surprised. And an even number. Fair enough? I'm going to show you the magic list. I want you to look at your number quickly. And then look at the item on there and remember it. You ready? So you have your number in mind, odd number? Got it? Even number? Perfect. So let's use you first, right? So if you wouldn't mind, hold on a minute. I want you to think of this item, okay? I want you to think of when you use this item. Maybe your birthday. I'm also feeling some warm fire, flame. Here's a candle. Give her a hand. Focus on your hand. Picking up noise, picking up a school, or picking up we're at church. If I was to take your hand and put it upside down, go back and forth, you could ring a bell. That's exactly it. Thank you very much. So number 2, ESP. Extrasensory perception. We all have it. I'm not psychic, but I use my 5 senses exceptionally well. So think about it. You've done something wrong, you're a kid, you're sitting there in your room, and you know, there's no way my parents know what I did. And all of a sudden you hear, David! And you're like, there's no way they knew. But they do. They have this perception. Or you're at the dinner table. And all of a sudden, you're ready to eat. The phone is ringing. It's like, no, my mother's up again. So, no disrespect. But you knew it. But you check, and who is it? It's your mother-in-law. So we're going to do something today, play a little game. I have, it's blank on both sides. However, I have ESP symbols. I do need a volunteer, but you don't have to come up. Gentleman right there. What's your name, sir? John. John? All right. John, we have a circle. We have a cross. Let me know if you can't see them. Wavy lines. Wavy lines. And a star. Okay? So do I have to go over them again for you, or do you have them? John. I want you to think of one of the symbols, okay? John, was your symbol circle? Was it? Was it wavy lines? Was it the square? Was it the star? Now for the last one, I'll come out to you. I know these kids would like to do, would you like to do something? Yeah. I'm going to come down here and read it. Just hold on to one of those. And a pen. I'm going to do the same. So I have these cards. Each card has an object written on it. Every card is different. Gonna go through. I'm gonna take the cards on the other side, they're all blank. I'm gonna shuffle them up. In a moment, I'm gonna have you choose a card, okay? I want you to look at the item on the card. If it's something that you think you can draw, keep it. If not, let me know and we'll change it for something else, right? I don't want you to think that I'm forcing something on you. Fair enough? Pull the card. Got it? Hey, look at it. Is that something that you're not? Okay? Is that good? You sure? Want another one? Let me go. Are you sure? Okay. Okay. So I don't want you to. I want you to look at your image, look at the object. I'm going to go up on stage. Okay. As you draw it, I want you to send it to me in your mind. Okay. And I'm going to see if I can duplicate your drawing. Fair enough. Doesn't have to be perfect, but that concept. How are we doing? Are we done? Now, is this pretty fair? I mean, I didn't know what you were drawing, it was certainly up there. What was the card that you chose? We didn't have a connection. This first time. No, that's okay, that's okay. You'll like to try it again? Can we do go for two? Well, hopefully. That's okay. Okay, got it. That's right. You sure? How are we doing? You're done? All right. So, what was the octopus? Octopus? Let's see what you do. All right, so you have a... So you have a... pretty close, right? So I'm not sure, sometimes I think it up, sometimes it doesn't. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, thank you very much.
So Dave Proto. Now we're coming to the end of the show. It's been a lot of hard work. As you can see, a lot of stuff is here. A lot of work has gone into it, a lot of practice. And if you know the price of magic, you can see, talk to the guy that owns a magic shop, and he will tell you it's not cheap to get into magic, but you can do it for 16 cents. There's a trick out there for a nickel, dime, and a penny. Also, related to that, we want to thank you for coming out. This has been a wonderful time for us. Winding down, we want to thank the tech crew, Jeff Brazoka, the walk around strolling magic for Tim Hamilton, Ed the Wizard, Lenny Nato, and Tim Hamilton. And if you really enjoyed the show, you can revisit the collection box on your way out. That'd be great. Our next performer has been honored to share the stage with Assembly 17 since 1998. He's grateful to have been a part of this amazing group. Can I say? I'm not the citizen. Okay. Circumstances prevail that he will be leaving our area and going out to Ohio. So there are 4 assemblies in Ohio, and one of them will be very lucky to have this person in their assembly. He's continuing to continue with magic, and this is one of the final performances in Western Mass before he leaves. Jeff Brazoka.
Hi. How are we doing tonight, guys? Well, it's wonderful that you're all here tonight. I really want to thank you all for coming out and seeing our annual show. I got a few things I definitely want to share with you guys tonight. A lot of this stuff is in relation to my family, things I've experienced over the years. So for this first little bit, we're going to have some fun, and I'm going to take you all on a fishing trip. Let's do it. Thank you. All right, so we're going to get to this in a minute. So, my dad, he's really big into fishing, hunting, is a big sportsman. And of course, when I was a kid, he took me fishing all the time. And we would go to Quabbin, the Swift River, all over the place, Connecticut. We went up to Canada, and fished Lake Ontario once. So we're going to do a little fishing here. So I brought what kind of looks like water. And we got my lucky fishing pole. It's actually one of my dad's old fishing pole. And my kids made this fishing lure. But you know what? It works. So, here's what we're going to do. Yes, you with your hand. You can stay right there. What's your name? I'm sorry? Ryland. All right, Ryland. I'm going to ask you something. Do you have any idea what my dad would say to me when we want to catch a fish? It's okay if you don't. It's okay. You know what he used to say? He used to say, "Here, fishy, fishy." I'm serious. So in a nice, loud voice, I'd like you, let me untangle here. All right, Ryland, whenever you're ready, go ahead and say, "Here, fishy, fishy." A little louder. There you go. All right. One more time. All right. With any luck at all. One more time. I think we got it. Hey! Now, I know
what you're thinking. It's a little small. You know, we used to throw the small ones back. So that's what we did. We threw the small ones back. Now, any good fisherman will tell you it's not the size of your pole, it's how you wiggle your worm. It's how you catch the fish. But my dad also had a secret weapon. I'm going to share that secret with you guys right here, right now. And it's not what you think. It is literally Miracle Grow plant food. Yes. And inside happens to be freshwater flakes mixed in with Miracle Grow. We're just going to dump some of that in there. That should do the trick. And we're going to give our fish friends a moment to eat. Now, we're going to try that again. But this time, everyone, I'm going to need you to say the magic fishing word. Y'all remember what it was? Here, fishy, fishy. All right. So, I'm going to have you guys recite that on a count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. We had them. Oh. That's a keeper. I don't know what you folks think. Huh? Sounds good? All right. Thank you. All right. We're going to move on here. So this next bit is something new, but something really special to me. And we're going to go on a journey. We're going to go on a journey to an art gallery. Okay? So I want you guys to imagine we are an art gallery right now. And for this, I'm going to ask for 2 friends to join me on stage here. Let's see here. Let me see here. What's your name? I'm sorry? Sure? Okay. Well, what is your name? Sophie? And what is your name? Lily. Sophie and Lily, join me on stage. Give them a round of applause. Sophie and Lily, go ahead. Stand right here. All right. Now, Sophie and Lily, I have something here. What do those look like to you? Puzzle pieces. That's exactly what's in there. We're going to get to this in just a minute. And finally, there is a 3rd person I'm going to invite to the stage. And this person is really special because it also happens to be her birthday today. My mother, she is here with us. She has been an amazing person, and without her, my #1 fan. Obviously, she's here. She's been to every single one of my shows. And Mom, this one's for you. Mom, come on up here. Give my mom a round of applause. I'm not going to have them sing happy birthday, I promise. All right, Mom, just stand here. Perfect. All right. Sophie and Lily. All right, Mom, hold on to the box of puzzle pieces. All right, so you're going to hold on to these 2 corners. Now you're going to stand over here, face her, and you're going to grab those other 2 corners. And I want you to stretch it out tight, 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 like a table. Okay, Mom, stand over here. You're going to give those puzzle pieces a shape. Perfect. Now, I'm going to take all those puzzle pieces, I'm going to dump them. Now, Mom, you can sift through them, and there's different pieces. There's this green-looking piece. There's this brown-looking piece. But go ahead, Mom, pick out, let me mix them up a little bit. And go ahead and pick out any of the 1 face-down pieces. Don't look at it, hold it in your hand. Any of the 1 face-down pieces. That's face up. Any of the 1 face-down pieces. Face down and hold it in your hand, don't look at it. Okay. You 2 gather the corners together. Let's gather the corners together. All right, I'll take that. Oh, don't drop. All right, and you 2 can go to your seats. Let's give them a round of applause. Mom, you're holding the 1 piece out of all those pieces that you could have selected. And the reason why I had you come up here tonight was because you are literally holding me. I know that sounds weird, But I also have something else with me. Again, I said we're going to be in an art gallery. And I happen to have one of those famous paintings that you probably see at an art gallery that you all know. That is known as the Mona Lisa. And if you guys will notice, there's one piece missing. My mom selected any of those one pieces. And with any luck at all, that one piece completes me and completes the puzzle. Happy birthday, Mom. All right, my friends, I do have one final thing to share with you tonight. This one's kind of really important to me. I've been on a journey for the last 6 months. Really, well, pretty much my whole life, but more prominently, the last 6 months. I've been on a journey of self-discovery. And I've really learned a lot about myself, of who I was and where I'm going next. And as our dean stated earlier, this is my last show here in Western Mass. I've had the honor to share the stage with all my wonderful performers. I've known these guys for years. They've been like a family to me, and I love every single one of them. And they will surely be missed. So this routine, again, going back to my journey of self-discovery, I've been discovering about finding my inner light and having it shine through to everyone that I encounter, including all of you here tonight. And for the last 15 years, this routine has been in constant development to where it is right now, and it's something I'm very proud of. My original piece, it's very, very personal to me, and I hope you guys in life love it. This is known as the lights of life.
come to the end. We'd like to have everyone on stage that participated this afternoon. Jacob Dufour and Sam Murphy. Ed the Wizard. PJ, listen up. Leonard Neal. There you go. Leonard Neal. Rich Gilbert. Tom Jentock. Dave Brodo. Jeff Pazoka. Lady Walk Around Helpers. Tim Hamilton. Concession Help. Sarah Hamilton. We'd like to thank the First Presbyterian Church and Butch Papiano for putting this together. Hope to see you next year.